afternoon.
Didn't hit transition. I swear. Every single stream there's been like a problem. It's okay. One day. All right, so let's start over. So hello. Okay, we're going to talk about Ethan real quick. And Ethan is upset with Hasan because Hasan, he thinks that Hasan did like a death threat to Hila. Everyone on the internet's getting upset. It's not exactly what he said, but let's listen to Ethan's reaction.
I'm relaxing with my family, and I get a text from a friend with a link to a video in it, and it's a video of my good old friend Hasan Piker claiming that my wife Hila would be a valid military target. Let's take a look.
DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants.
Nice to know that his video plays before he's ready to. It's nice to know. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, it is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral. Okay, 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white. Okay, it doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in the Israelis. Doesn't matter if they're...
So Hasan has been trying to claim that he meant only people during the raid would be legit.
Yes, would be legit targets. Yes, that's what he said. Basically, his whole point in saying this, and we're going to watch a video of him reacting to this as well, excuse me. But basically, his whole point of saying in this is they are committing crimes. They also are illegally occupying the West Bank. And they, like, international law says that resistance against them and the settlers who have been killing Palestinians a lot recently, that kind of resistance against those illegal actions is actually legal internationally and under international law. And that's essentially what Hasan is saying. But Ethan is going to twist it into something that it's not. And the reason he's mad is because he mentioned Hila. But the reason he mentioned Hila is because of the raid that she went on in the West Bank. And so she's talked about it a lot. And she's like justified it a lot. And I think Ethan has too. He's like, oh, well, what if he was a criminal? What if he was a terrorist? All these things. But you don't know that. And so this is kind of where this all is coming from.
Legit to exact violence on it. But even if it's true that that's what he meant, why is he making it sound like she escaped justice? Wouldn't that justify a form of justice catching up to her? Right? It's something she has coming, right?
But that's not what he said at all. That's not what he said at all.
Why even include a specific person who hasn't served in the military in 20 years?
Because
why does he mix up past and present tense while he's discussing this? You know, is this a responsible use of his words and his platform? Don't you think that even if what you're saying is true and you meant only people on that raid would deserve violence, that invoking a specific person is really appropriate and true? And doesn't that have the risk for provoking the craziest people in your audience to think that maybe...
I love how he always wants to acknowledge, he wants to be like the craziest people in your audience, Hasan, but he never wants to acknowledge the crazy people in his own audience. Like in the earlier stream that I was doing before I was having tech issues, I was talking about how Ethan's going to move to Kick. And so Ethan is actually, he's not going to move there, but he's going to multi-stream on Kick and YouTube. And so it's like, it's funny because he's willing to go to Kick, which he's been going after Twitch for so long, calling it anti-Semitic because they won't deplatform Hasan, but now he's going to Kick, where you have some of the worst people and very anti-Semitic people on Kick, and he's willing to go there, even though he's talked about gambling streaming and talked against it and all these things. He's still going to go there, and he's still going to multi-stream there because he's so mad at Twitch. So it's just kind of like hypocritical, but he never wants to talk about how his fans were like going up to Dan Clancy and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, he doesn't like when people come up to him, and yet when people in his audience go up to other people, he like encourages it and thinks it's okay. And so I just like, I wish he would realize that there's also people in his audience that are crazy. But like, Ethan always does this though when Hasan's making a point, and it doesn't matter what it is. It wouldn't have mattered. Honestly, I don't think it would have mattered if he mentioned Hila or not, because he has been doing this. Ethan has been consistently doing this for the past few years, just taking everything Hasan says and like twisting it into something new. And that's what everyone online is doing. When I was looking up videos for this, it was crazy just how many people were like twisting this, when you have Destiny going online doing like almost like a death threat to Hasan, and we're going to talk about that, but doing like basically like a very blatant death threat, and no one's talking about that. Everyone's just talking about Hasan. And so I don't know. I mean, anything not to talk about what's actually going on, like anything not to acknowledge what's actually going on. Ethan does not like doing that.
Maybe it would be a good idea to kill my wife.
That is not what he was saying.
What are we talking about, dude? And also, Hila was a secretary, okay? Him and all of his friends.
She went on a raid. And she talks about it. She said she was bored being a secretary.
Here, they're trying to invoke the image that Hila was somehow some commando that was constantly going into raids and kidnapping people in their sleep. She was not in a combat role. She was a secretary. She never fired a bullet outside of basic training, okay? And Hila is what these people always dream about. She's an Israeli Jew that left Israel. She's an American citizen of 15 years now, a mother of 3. This is the idea of the perfect Israeli, one that leaves. Despite
no one said that. I don't know what he's talking about there. I don't understand.
All that, Hasan is suggesting that it would be a moral victory for someone to murder her.
That is not what he said at all. Like, that is so insane. Like, that's what you got from that. That's not what he said at all. And the reason, I mean, honestly, he probably named her because he's like just sick and tired of Ethan like going after him for everything. And so he mentioned her, but he probably also mentioned her because she went on the raid, and she still doesn't, like, she still excuses it. And so I think that's why. And like, Ethan has excused it before. He's like, oh, well, what if that guy was a terrorist? What if that guy was this or that? But again, he doesn't know that. And so she was a part of that raid, and she did it because she was bored. And he always wants to like minimize what happened. But Hasan has come out, and like other people have come out and are like, if she were to talk about that raid now, if she were to talk about it now and feel some type of remorse or feel like bad about it and stop excusing it, then people would like be more receptive. But you know, she's not, and she called like a lot of the women in the IDF like heroes and stuff, and a lot of people were upset with her about that. And she didn't even really, like, she apologized, but it wasn't like apologize for what she said. She just was like, I understand that like it's hard, like I don't want to glorify violence, blah blah blah. So she didn't really ever like acknowledge that what she said, that there was like an issue inherently in what she said. And so yeah, like they just don't want to acknowledge anything they say either. They can say whatever they want, and it doesn't matter.
This is actually the 4th or 5th time someone has directly called for violence against me or Hila on Twitch since October 7th. And so far, none of these people have been punished for making these threats. And I don't expect Hasan to meet any repercussions for this either. Right? And Hasan himself has a troubling history of calling for political violence. Here is the infamous tweet he made to Tom Cotton, a sitting congressperson And no matter what you think about Tom Cotton,
Okay, the funniest part about this, now listen, I don't like any type of like guns or anything, like just not, I don't like any of them. I hate like all of them. Like, I don't know. I'm one of those people that just like, I'm scared of them. Excuse me. I don't want to be around them. I don't like being around them. Like, I have friends and have had friends who do like them and have them, and I just get very uncomfortable. Like, I just get very, very, very uncomfortable. I don't know. I just get very uncomfortable. So I don't really like posting that, but whatever. I'm not going to sit here and like woke scold or do whatever. I don't know. But Tom Cotton, if you read what Tom Cotton says, he says, I encourage people who get stuck behind the pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic, take matters into your own hands to get them out of the way. Like, what do you think that means? And I just like, I don't know. Like, what do you think that means, Ethan? Like, Ethan does not care. Ethan does not care. He has been excusing like a lot of right-wing stuff lately. And he has also been doing kind of, you know, just, doing some right-wing talking points about like saying, oh, all these lefties, they're just socialists and they hate America and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, when you go over to Kick, I guess that's kind of the audience that you're trying to court. And like, he refuses to acknowledge the violence that is being put upon protesters in this instance, or being put upon the Palestinians in other instances. Like, he doesn't see, like, he's just coming at this from like such a reactionary way, and he's not even looking at like what Tom Cotton said. I don't know. It's just like it's crazy.
What Hasan tweeted is fucking mad. This is the gun that a vigilante used to assassinate Shinzo Abe, former Prime Minister of Japan. This is the schematics.
But like again, like, do you not see what Tom Cotton is saying? Tom Cotton is literally like threatening protesters. He's like literally threatening protesters. Like, I don't understand. Like,
the exact gun he used to assassinate this guy. So, I mean, he is directly suggesting that somebody make this gun and start killing politicians. There's no other way to interpret this.
That's a bit much, in my opinion. That's a bit much, in my opinion. I mean, come on.
Nothing seemed to really happen from that. This is his most recent one where he's saying someone should kill Rick Scott.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay?
No, he did get in trouble for that one. Okay, he did get in trouble for that one. He did get banned. Not banned, but he got like, yeah, I think it was banned. I don't know. He wasn't able to stream for like a day or so. That one, he just worded it bad. Like, he really did just word it bad. Like, I get it. He shouldn't have said it like that. He like apologized afterwards, but essentially what he was saying is like, I think Rick Scott, he did like the biggest Medicare fraud like in Florida or whatever, and that's what he was talking about. He was talking about this because they were talking about how, oh, you know, they're not going to cut it, they're going to strengthen it, which is bullshit. But while they were talking about that, he was like, if you actually cared about this, you would, Rick Scott would have to face some accountability, but he hasn't. And so this is, that's what he was saying, but he did say it not great. Not in like the best way.
You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
There's about 50.
So this is once again Hasan referring.
But he's purposely like kind of misconstruing the overall point of all of these things. Yeah. Okay.
To a sitting congressperson looking straight into the camera and saying, kill Rick Scott. Of course, he'll explain it as Rick Scott committed some Medicare fraud and yada yada yada. But
yada 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 yada. Okay.
again, he has a massive platform and a responsibility to choose his words carefully. He can't be doing.
Does Ethan choose his words carefully? Didn't he just say the N word the other day? I was gonna react to that, but then I forgot. I forgot. But there's just so much going on. But I forgot. But didn't he do that yesterday? Didn't he? Not yesterday, but didn't he do that the other day? Like, wild. Okay.
Doing this and then also claim that he's against political violence. It's just not what he's exhibiting. And once again, there was a recent example of him sitting next to the great Taylor Lorenz, laughing about how an official was forced to resign after receiving death threats. He's applauding it. Go ahead.
The official?
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's.
He's talking about right-wingers. He's talking about right-wingers. Wait, what? I remember this. Okay, so there were like a ton of right-wingers. There was a ton of conservatives who were calling into, oh God, I don't remember who it was, but they were calling into somewhere, and he literally,
of the dude's office, and he's resigning.
Oh, yeah, I forgot who it is. I don't remember who it is. But he's not, he's laughing because it's his own supporters. Oh my God. Ethan, I just think doesn't know. Ethan just doesn't know.
Like, he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical now.
Threats.
This is an unprecedented time to really get others on board. To explain to them that it's not your neighbors, it's not like a Guatemalan migrant that is responsible for all the shit that you're going through on a daily basis, not a trans person. I think this is a unique opportunity to get even Deborah's and Barbara's on board with that, like White Wymons. And you actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean.
Okay, so I bet you he's not gonna, I don't know if he plays the rest of this, but I watched that video, and it wasn't about encouraging someone to do that. It was about how people online are talking about political violence and how it's become more acceptable and the issues around that. That's what Taylor Lorenz was talking about. But okay.
Which is, I think that shows that there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential, untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact. And it's a great opportunity for organizing, I think, in these unprecedentedly horrible times.
So when he says someone has to do it, he's referring, of course, to the act of assassinating the president.
Okay, hopefully the stream is still going. It just disconnected. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. Okay, hopefully it's starting back up again. I think it's fine. I don't know. Attempting to reconnect. Okay, we'll see. We're going to play again and see if it works. Okay.
Now, I hate Trump as much as any other lib, but I do not want anybody to kill the president.
And that's not what he's saying, and that's not what he was saying. He obviously hasn't watched Taylor Lorenz video. That's what it was about, but it wasn't encouraging that. It was talking about how the issues around it and why people are coming to these conclusions and why political violence is seemingly becoming more acceptable or common, and the issues around that and the problems with that. That's literally what Taylor Lorenz video was about. It wasn't glorifying it. It wasn't like encouraging it. It was talking about the issues around it and how we got to this point. And Hasan was saying that was a great video, and he's not saying that that's what he wants people to do. He's saying that it's a great way to get people to organize, that people are upset, obviously. And so if they're upset, then they can organize, they can protest, they can, they can do mutual aid. Sorry, I'm trying to think of other things. There's so many things that people can do to help, that actually uses that energy in a productive way, in a good way, in a non-violent way. And so, like, I don't know. I just, like, again, I just don't think Ethan knows the political sphere, and he doesn't watch actually what they're posting. He doesn't watch what Taylor Lorenz says. He just goes off of like Roblox or whatever the fuck, and that's all he says about her, and he doesn't actually watch her videos. And if you were to watch it, you would understand what the video was about. You would understand what he was referring to. But because Ethan is just being so reactionary and doesn't actually like pay attention to what's going on the side of the internet, and just pays attention in like a surface level way just to like go after people, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and so he looks stupid. Well, at least to me he looks stupid because I know the reference and I've seen the video. But like, if you just hate Taylor Lorenz because Ethan is telling you to hate Taylor Lorenz, then I guess you don't know, because you probably haven't watched the video, so you don't know. Yeah.
I don't think that would help. I think that would probably not help.
No, I don't think it would either. I don't think it would either. Okay. I actually think it would make his base much crazier. Okay. I don't think it would help at all. I think it would deteriorate things. And then there's other people within the party who have more power, who are probably better leaders, who would create an excuse to take over for him. And I just, no, I don't think that would be good either. I don't think it would be a good thing. But again, that is not what they were advocating for. And if you haven't seen the video and you don't understand the reference, then you don't know that. She named her video that so people would watch it.
But that's the point. That's what he doesn't want it to help. He wants to collapse society, frankly, so he can.
Okay, like that again. Ridiculous.
You know, fast usher in this revolutionary period. Do you guys know what stochastic terrorism is? You hear this term thrown around a lot, but let me define it for you. Stochastic terrorism refers to the public use of inciting rhetoric, often vague or coded, by an influential figure to provoke violence from a predisposed individual or group, with the perpetrator able to plausibly deny responsibility for the resulting violence. It is a form of political violence where the instigator's actions are not a direct call to violence, but rather a calculated use of language that is statistically likely to incite violence in a suspected individual. When I read this, it kind of blew my mind, because this describes to a exact T the kind of language, the pattern of language we're seeing Hasan deploying. This is it.
It's not, but like, okay. It's not, but like, and Ethan is like he's literally was going after Taylor Lorenz, has gone after Taylor Lorenz in his stories like a million times about Roblox, about all these things. Didn't he call Denim like a PDF file or something, and then was like going after her, put like a weird ass picture up of her, like. Ethan comes for everybody every day. He's literally been calling that kid in Yemen. He's been calling him like a terrorist. He's been like harassing him. And it's wild. It's wild how much Ethan Klein doesn't look in the mirror. Just wild.
You know, in his own words, by the way, and very ironically, Hasan said this to me when I was on his podcast.
I think he is a narcissist. I mean, when you watch that video, the narcissism rage at CoffeeZilla was insane, because his video was
I mean, it's posturing now. If you're going to court,
no, he was so wrong about everything.
Yeah, but listen, if we've learned anything about the court of public opinion, it is deny, deny, deny. If you let on any kind of, I should apologize for this, then the mob, then the horde has something to latch their teeth into. If you go with the Donald Trump school of medicine, no, you're simply wrong, what do you think you see in court? People go, oh, there might be something to that.
Yeah, you deny, you deflect, and then you counterattack the person who launched this investigation.
They're literally talking about Trump. They're literally talking about Trump and Trump's tactics. He's literally talking about Trump and Trump tactics.
Investigation on you, and you try to claim that there's a hidden bias there. And most lizard brain dipshits who like love you unconditionally will go, oh, finally I have an out to defend this person, right?
Now, even when he told me that, I was thinking in my head, like, you've thought a lot about this.
He's a political commentator. He has thought a lot about, what Donald Trump's tactics are, what the right-wing tactics are. That's literally what they do. Like, this is insane. Like, Ethan's whole, like, Hasan is this evil mastermind thing is really crazy. Like, it's so crazy. I'm like, bro, he is a political commentator. He's telling you what's going on. He's telling you what he was doing. There are like, he's telling you, he's also been online, so he knows. It's like so ridiculous. And like, I don't know.
Been thought about it this that deep. And if you go back though, every time Hasan is accused of something, this is exactly what he does. This is his playbook. Never apologize. Always double down. Always accuse your accusers of being hallucinating, crazy, etc.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is exactly his playbook. Since Hasan and many of his friends have employed this violent rhetoric against me and my family, me and Hila rarely leave our houses or make public appearances because of the constant and overwhelming sense of danger. The last 2 years, we've spent more time inside than ever before. And we stopped doing our biannual live shows, right, for over a year because of the fear of violence being enacted not just on us, but on our fans and our crew. This, by the way, is resulting in the crew directly losing money, as these live shows, we would donate the entire box office to the crew. And we did this twice a year. It was a significant source of revenue for them that's now been shut off out of fear. We've been forced to hire a full-time guard at the office because everyone in the office was feeling unsafe. And me and Hila are both waiting for our concealed carry license so that we can...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Whatever, man. I don't know. Okay, dude. Oh, God. I don't know. I just think that's crazy. Again, I don't know. I just don't think, I don't know. I'm probably in a minority of people when I say this, but like, I don't like guns, like at all. Just like at any period, like I just don't see a need for them. I don't see a use for them. I think they cause more problems than they help. And statistically, having one in your house is not a good thing. And so I don't know. And I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me, and that's okay. I understand. I'm more on the extreme end of it because I just am very uncomfortable. They make me very uncomfortable. So yeah.
Finally feel safe in public again, which is not easy to get in California, and it's going to take like over a year probably.
Yeah. Good. I'm sorry. I think it should be incredibly difficult to get one. I really do.
I usually choose not to talk about this stuff because the provocateurs who will revel in it, because this is their goal, right?
No, I don't revel in it. I don't want you to feel scared. I don't want Ethan to feel scared. But I just, like, if Ethan was so scared, if Ethan cared so much, then why does he keep going? Why does he keep talking about it? Why does he keep starting shit? Why does he keep going after people? Why does he nitpick every single thing that all these people say? Why is he going after every single pro-Palestine streamer? Why is he going after all these different women? Why is he suing, maybe not suing all of these different people? Like, why is he doing all that? And I'm not trying, like, I don't know. Like, I don't, like, I understand, like, I don't know. I just, like, I don't revel in him feeling scared. I don't revel in that. But I just don't understand why he continues to go down this road, because he could stop at any moment. There were months where Hasan was not talking about him, months. And so he resorted to going after Frogan. He resorted to going after Denims. He resorted to going after Matt Leib. He still goes after Matt Leib. He's been going after that Yemeni teenager. He's been going after Taylor Lorenz. He's been going after Anna Kasparian. Like, you name the person, he's been going after them. And so I don't understand why he keeps doing this. And then when people react and when people respond, he's like, oh, well, I feel scared about my safety. And again, I don't think that's okay. Like, I know a lot of creators don't always feel safe, just like, in general. But to completely not realize like what you're doing to prolong this situation is just, I don't know. I don't know.
They want me to be afraid. They want me to be in my house. They want me to avoid doing public events. They want me
I want you to go back to your normal coverage. I want you to stop talking about politics because you don't know what you're talking about. I want you to stop going after pro-Palestinian creators. I want you to go back to your comedy show and stop worrying and like literally, honestly, like, and that's what everyone's been saying. And he refuses to do it.
a cower. So this is very much giving them what they want. However, in this moment, I do feel the entire context of how language like this affects me and my family and my crew and everybody around me. Twitch has served as the most prolific source of leftist radicalization, terrorist propaganda, and
oh my God. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he just thinks any kind of leftist, any kind of like anti-capitalist thing is just like, is extremism. And he also thinks that anyone who's pro-Palestine he thinks anyone who's pro-Palestine and anti-Israel is a terrorist. Like, literally. He says he doesn't, but then anytime someone's pro-Palestine on the internet, Ethan calls them a terrorist. Ethan says they're terrorist sympathizers. It's crazy. You know, isn't Destiny on Twitch? No, he's not. He's banned. Maybe he's on YouTube. I don't know where the fuck Destiny's at, actually. I don't know. I don't watch him, so I don't know. But like, I just like, it's so like most platforms don't have a lot of leftist voices. They just don't.
Anti-West sentiment.
He always has to put that in there. He's been doing that a lot lately. He always has to put that in there. The anti-West, you just hate America shit. It's really wild.
They foster, they elevate, they protect the most dangerous and inflammatory voices. And it's obvious to anyone paying attention.
And he's multi-streaming on Kick. And he's saying this about Twitch as he's going to multi-stream on Kick, where they have had literal Nazis. But sure, go off, I guess.
That Twitch is being run by ideologues that agree with Hasan. And
I love how he thinks people like Dan Clan, like this is the delusion of like people who are Trump supporters who like want to get mad at like all these different institutions, or want to get mad at these corporations and stuff, but then they never want to acknowledge that capitalism is the problem, and they just keep blaming all these random things and keep coming up with all these random conspiracy theories, but never actually look at the problem, never actually look at the issue. Like, I feel like that's what Ethan's doing. Like, he's or want to look up to people like Elon Musk, but then like hate all of these other people who are like want to hate the like West Coast like elite or whatever. It's like, no, he is the same. His interests are the same. Like, he's making you think that they're not, but he is a capitalist through and through. Same with Dan Clancy. How much you want to bet he's a capitalist through and through? And like this is silly to think that someone who is like the CEO of this major company, to think that they're somehow like socialist and radical. Like, that's just 9 times out of 10 is not the case.
write them and say, hey, I would like to know why you are spending directly your dollars to support violent extremism. Why are you supporting a platform that sanctions, protects, safeguards, encourages, promotes language like what Hasan just deployed against Hila? And show them that. Why is
he was literally talking about international law?
Hasan on the homepage every day? Every day when I go there. Why? I want to give a shout out to AT.
He's one of the bigger streamers.
T, by the way, who recently has been telling people that they sponsor on Twitch, that Hasan's not allowed.
Why aren't you doing the streamer games? AT&T is part of the sponsors, and AT&T doesn't fuck with me. It is what it is. Why?
So they asked Ludwig, Hasan's friend, who, by the way, who very bravely was like, hey, listen, buddy, you can't be in my videos anymore. I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to openly support you. And
Yeah, I think that's fucked up, honestly. Like, I think that's an L for Ludwig. Like, I think that's kind of fucked up. Like, I don't know much about AT&T. I don't know what they support. I don't know, like, if they're on BDS or what. I don't know. But, like, yeah, I mean, that's just fucked up. That's fucked up. I don't know. I think, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me.
and you know, encourage you. My girlfriend's going to do a podcast with you, et cetera, et cetera. But AT&T, they're crazy. They don't want you in any of our videos. You know, shout out to AT&T. Let's see more of this and less of Hasan in these videos. I am encouraging you guys to pressure advertisers, to pressure Amazon, pressure Twitch as a last resort.
See, it's like, it's so insane to me because Ethan wants to sit here and play the victim as he's telling people to deplatform Hasan, as he's telling people to go after him. And it's so wild because he has no self-reflection at all to see what he's doing, and he does not care. He is willing to go after people until, like, he just wants to ruin people. That's who he is. He's a resentful person, and he's not going to be okay until he ruins someone's life. That's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do because he is a bully, and that's just who he is. And so yeah, Ethan, I just, like, I don't know, it's crazy. Ethan is telling people to go after him and to not use any and not, like, have any sponsors. Like, he doesn't have any sponsors, and so that's, like, kind of the funniest part about this is that he doesn't have any sponsors and they're just going after him. They're just going after the sponsors on Twitch and trying to get him off of Twitch, just deplatform him completely, which I think is crazy. I think that's crazy. Like, you have literal Nazis online. You have Nick Fuentes. You have all of these people. You have people on Kick that you're going to be, who are going to be your coworkers now, like Sneeko, who are extremely anti-Semitic. And yet you are going to go after someone because you personally don't like them. And you won't deplatform all of these other people who are literal Nazis. You won't go after YouTube for letting people like Nick Fuentes on, but you'll go after Twitch for letting Hasan have a platform. It's ridiculous. And as the person who said he cared about free speech and all this other kind of shit, he obviously doesn't. He obviously does not care at all, like, whatsoever. So the next thing we're going to watch is, so Destiny actually said some crazy shit when it came to Hasan and this whole Ethan thing. And so I'm going to bring up that video now. Hopefully things are
Sunday
working.
afternoon, I'm
Okay.
relaxing with...
There we go. Okay.
D is literally saying someone should kill you, not trying to bring your mood down or anything, but this is going way too far at this point. You should totally get the police involved. Oh, this. So if I started saying shit like Hasan is Hamas propagandist and therefore a legit military target, which, by the way, he does.
Yeah, he has said stuff like that all the time. He has literally called Hasan a terrorist. He has said he's a Hamas supporter. He has said that he's with Hamas. Like, he has said so much shit about Hasan that is, like, literally defamation, that it's kind of wild that he thinks he has any moral standing here. But he does, because he's perpetually the victim.
Say that. What? He says that every day, which
Yeah.
I do not believe. Everyone is going to be okay with that. This is the fourth time a leftist Twitch streamer has explicitly called for me or Hila's death. Nobody has been reprehended for these death threats by Twitch, not once. I've never called for a death threat against Ethan Klein or Hila Klein. That is insane. That's bullshit. And he knows that that's bullshit. He's
Yeah.
just actively trying to victimize himself. For comparison, on YouTube, Bad Empanada played an FPS game where he played Hamas murder Israelis who simulated murdering Hila in a game, resulting in got a week-long suspension. I don't even think that happened. It's not something that I believe. It's complete and utter nonsense. You're literally getting drama farmed. No one cares about these losers. Stop giving them time. I mean, if they're trying to actively try to get me banned, I think it's important to address.
Yeah, no, they're like actively trying to deplatform him. Like he's literally saying to go to Twitch, and it's like, you are such a baby. Like you're such a baby. Like you're just like a little crybaby, and you won't like. I don't like. Listen again. I don't like that Nick Fuentes is on the internet. Okay, he is a literal white supremacist Nazi. That is literally who Nick Fuentes is. Okay, I don't like that he's on the internet. I don't think that it's okay that he's on the internet. But in this country, we kind of have free speech. And unfortunately, he's on YouTube, okay? And like, I don't understand all these people who were in the beginning like free speech, we're for free speech, are not at all. None of them are. Of course, none of them are. They're for free speech for them. They're for being able to say whatever they want to do whatever they want to do and get no pushback. But then when someone else rightfully criticizes them for shit that they say, he wants to get mad and just like destroy them. It's honestly like, it's crazy behavior.
That's completely made up. It's utterly delusional. It's ironically something that Ethan himself has said he believes. What is going on? What? Even the Nazis weren't this blatant? This is just far beyond the pale. It's actually unbelievable. Honestly, think you could perfectly justify attacking and killing Hasan IRL for statements like this.
See, that's an actual death threat. Like, that's an actual death threat. Like, that's something that, like, is not okay. That's an actual death threat, and Destiny's fan base is crazy enough to literally do shit like this. So I just don't like, it's wild. It's wild.
Wow. My cyber stalker cult community leader is saying that it's justifiable to attack and kill me in real life. That's definitely actionable, I'm pretty sure. It's also weird that this guy gets to have a YouTube account. He said that today. Wait, that's today. If we're going to talk about this, the full context and the clip itself, you literally say if it were a part of an active raid in the West Bank or Gaza, that'd be a valid military target. Is so dumb. What the one of his active cyber stalking sex cult members literally approached me in public, if you recall, when I was at the DNC, and he actually celebrated that in his community. So in the past, he has legitimately celebrated people coming up to me and harassing me in the real world. So now he's amplifying that to his own audience, to his own community. And not only is he's just increasing the intensity and saying that it's justifiable to attack and kill me in real life. I think this goes maybe a step beyond drama at that point. Like, you get to stay on Twitch, Hasan, you got laughed out of the DNC. That's crazy that you're watching your favorite content creator issue a death threat to me, and you're in here at his behest, and you're talking about, I got laughed out of the DNC. This doesn't seem like a clip chimp. This seems like something that is actionable. What will it take? Yeah, this was the average Destiny fan interaction. So this weirdo really went there just for Hasan. I'm shaking. And this was what we found out. And we found out that he was a racist too. I found him. Shouted on in a stream. I'm going to tell Hasan, Destiny made you. Y'all need someone to find Hasan's location at the DNC. I'm here. What's this about? Y'all, I'm at the DNC. I'm going to find Hasan. What should I say?
Oh, yeah. That was that guy that like came up to him when he was at the DNC and he was just sitting there. That's so wild. So wild. Yeah. And so like Destiny is out here like he is like actually trying to get like death threats on Hasan. It's crazy. He like actually said it. I'm trying to see if he reacts. I know he reacts to Ethan at one point, I think. Maybe not. He reacted to his story. But yeah, it's just like crazy because he's actually getting death threats. Like Hasan is actually getting death threats, like point blank period. And I just don't think any of them care. Like they don't care. Ethan doesn't care. They're just going to keep going after them because that's what they want to do. They want to ruin his life. And it's honestly like, it's so sad. It's so sad. I don't know. I don't get it. It's crazy. All right, so I'm going to end this because I actually think I haven't really been live streaming this whole time, but I recorded it, so I'm just going to upload it to YouTube because I've been having just like so many issues. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. If you're watching this and you were a part of the and you saw my beginning ones, I am so sorry I'm so sorry that everything was crazy. I'll try to fix everything so Wednesday it's not as crazy. Yeah, it really sucks because I wanted to go over, I really wanted to watch those videos. I had another video I want to watch, but we'll just do that Wednesday. Before I get off, I'm going to say thank you to my members. So thank you, Troy Roberto. Thank you, Queen of Daydreams. Love you all very much. And you can become a member. I'm going to update some of the perks and stuff here soon. But yeah, become a member if you want to help out and just help me grow this channel. And maybe I'll stop having issues with my... Maybe I'll stop having issues with my stream. Here's to hoping. All right. Well, I will see you all later. I'm so sorry for all the technical issues, but yes, I will see you all later, and I will be back Wednesday, and hopefully everything will be okay. All right. Bye.